Remember, your opponents studying you long enough and they know about you well. They are cunning who uses speed, bang, bang, bang. That's how they operate. Fast, fast, fast. While you are like walking like a turtle. Remember also, the Romans only lost one battle. That's when they make an outsider insider and teach them the techniques. Donald Trump and Jared Kushner make MBZ MBS an insider, I would say. All hell loose. You haven't opened your eyes yet to see the wider lens of MBZ guy vision is. You're already defeated by his deception and manipulation. Division and hatred. He's feeding you through the medias that he sponsored with. The motives to defeat you and shame you on your own turf because you are fighting on his terms. You are fighting on his terms and conditions. Knock it off. Please. Go back to square one and know who your current enemies are and stop fussing and focusing on election results, COVID-19 or power transition. Those people are plotting by the hook or the crook to surrender you maybe to their knees and enslave you. Don't underestimate them, for much is taken already from you because you were operating from the center of weakness for every dangling candy they dangle in front of you. That's a bait to manipulate, hook and trap you. You bite and chew and dwell on what is irrelevant or insignificant. You don't understand their craftiness to distract, deflect and deceive you. This final opportunity you have by focusing on the motive, not on the person, not on the narratives, but on the patterns of those narratives. We are all in psychological war, and the battlefield is your mind. The media, the target goal is to attack your mind, distort your mind, confuse you, and win the gambling. You think Donald Trump is leading you right now and waiting for some miracle diplomacy? Take Donald Trump at his heart. He's not going to surrender his power, for there are so many stakeholders behind the scene. Remember, this is a once in their lifetime opportunity. They plan and are ready to take over you unless, like the Tigrayans, fighting to the end to secure the ground because it holds a future for better, for worse. You have identical problem. You can identify with the fail them. Follow their steps to bring your people to stand together. Actually, I will encourage for elected, like I said, President Biden and Harris would have been a good strategy how to combat this and bring healing by sending the convoy of expertise from you, grand chess players, psychologists, Sherlock Holmes, your detectives, historians, military intelligence, to Ethiopia, to Tigray in general, to see how the last 3 years has been, how they fight, how things are, the damage in the Oromo region, in the Amhara region, the whole in Ethiopia. If you see the damage, what they have, how the pattern, you might can strategize yourself how to combat this before it's too late. To see the brutal human rights abuse in Amhara and Oromo, southern Ethiopia people, the reason why in Tigray is not because they fight. They stand together in unity and solidarity. Unless American people at this critical moment can imitate like the Tigrayan people to stand in unity and solidarity, I'm telling you, they will try everything to divide you, tear you down. Tigrayan people is a good example how it should be. The narratives that you have, the image that Mike Pompeo has given about the Tigrayans, it's to cover up their lies because they are the one who's doing it to control the country. And they are coming here to do the same. So if you want to heal America, You have already a ready-made experience in Ethiopia. How they defeated us, how also the Tigrayan people are empowered themselves against this ordeal. It's pity to read Mike Pompeo's tone on the hill that accused them, the Tigrayan, the TPLF, for making the first move. It is interesting to hear their narratives as people fought for 17 years and throw the communists in the process. In the process, a mother lost 4 to 6 of her children, sending to the battle against the communists. Over 60,000 disabled and tens of thousands died in the war, while those in the city during that time, when the TPLF was fighting with the communists, those who live in the city, the Tigrayan people particularly, those who have intellectual, have been in a mass imprisonment and never came out from the prisons. The prison cells, God knows how the communists killed our uncles. We never see them again after they locked down the imprisonment in 1984. A war, drought, and imprisonment with the challenge our parents has to deal back in 1984. But they strive to be above their problems. During their leadership, built the country's military, and 4 to 5 blocks away now, here station a military camp and a tool they can defend themselves, to protect colonialism, to protect their people, and to defend themselves. Making Abiy Ahmed the wallet and Mike Pompeo making a fuss to accuse them to attack the government. The government who is illegal, the government who is assassinating, the government who is massacring people is considered as being illegal. Military base a day ahead of those who planned to enslave our future, planned to strike. Abiy Ahmed was waiting for the result of the election in the US. He has already circled the Tigrayan people to go and to capture. So I see actually they meticulously try to take their best move. To me personally, I think that's the right thing to do, and I appreciate the TPLF leaders for taking that measure, because this is the only battle that any person can engage. This is a fight that they take. Number one, to defend themselves, and number two, to protect themselves. It's not about going after power, or it's not about a political discord. It's all about to protect their right to live, to exist in their land, and also to exist, to live. What happened in the Oromia region and what happened in Amhara is people are massacred in drone. That's what they are protecting themselves. If anyone is condemning that, then the world is becoming in every lawlessness is acceptable. When Abiy Ahmed illegally assassinated and massacred Ethiopian civilians for over 2 years, it never had been as wrong or illegal for Mike Pompeo and others who puts it. It became routine. When the Tigrayans took the measure to protect their vulnerable people, it became noisy. It reveals how they don't value the civilians' lives and their hunger for power. Any open-minded society can appreciate what they did to take the first move against those crafty, waiting for their right moment to have their upper hand, to take away our democracy, freedom, that achieved with lots of prices, people's life being lost. Having said that, people of America now, what's going? Focus not on the narratives, but the truth, and secure your ground. before your opponents say checkmate. Wake up. Colonialism is hovering, or maybe invasion is hovering, or a power shift is hovering. To devour like a lion, to swallow those who are not ready, to say, I'm a predator, not a prey.